Mayor, Commissioners, thank you. Mike Maddock, Gypsum, Kansas, and a employee of Salina Regional Health Center for the past 30 years. Here in support of Salina Media Connection. I understand you're going to be making some decisions regarding some of the funding for them, and wanted you to know all the story behind that. I've actually been involved with either Access or Salina Media Connection from before even Salina Regional, so 30 years. But right now, as a member of the marketing department of Salina Regional, we do a show through KSN out of Wichita called The Pulse on every Monday on Good Day, Kansas. And we use an amazing facility right here in Salina, Kansas to tape the show over at Salina Media Connection. It's actually perfect for what we've got, good lighting, good backgrounds and stuff like that. When we switched over to KSN 3 years ago and doing the Pulse, we were at the time taping the show at our own locations, and always a little different, always a little disruption or whatever, and it is so nice to have a facility to be able to do. We do rent the facility from them while we do it, so they are recouping some funding for it, and we just hate to see that go away. So I just wanted to kind of offer my support and the hospital's support there. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maddock. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Thad Beach, and on 721 Morningside Drive, Salina, and I wanted to communicate my support for Salina Media Connection. I sent you all an email earlier that had some links to programs, community-based programs that I was involved with, and I hope you'll take a look at that. But I just think it's a real valuable community resource that a lot of communities don't have. And there's amazing potential and possibilities for involvement and collaboration in the future. So Salina Media Connection can help all of our missions by showcasing Salina as a visionary city that values and supports the arts, music, sports, its own unique history, heritage, and culture by providing these facilities and the staff for local people to produce their own programs. Most people couldn't afford the really high-tech equipment, but this gives everybody a voice and a chance to do it. That being said, a quality product takes a quality facility, knowledgeable staff. So the future success of Salina Media Connection's ability to facilitate the creation of community program is tied to having a budget that takes into consideration being able to hire and retain top-notch employees that can see everyone's vision to fruition. So I would hope that you would fund SMC to the fullest extent possible. And next year, everybody can look back and say, wow, I'm glad we supported that. And say, that was a real surprise. Look at all the strides we've made. Everybody's been knocked back a little by COVID and getting things done. I know the programs I was involved in, it was pretty challenging to go down there during the height of the restrictions and film things. It was also hindered by the staff hours they had available. So it does take a lot more time to produce quality programs than just if you shoot one camera and it's an interview with someone. Anytime you do editing, it's just so much more involved and time consuming. And most video production companies it would be very expensive and prohibitive to get the same quality. So I just hope you'll look into what's being produced and have a good outlook for the future and be able to fund it as much as possible, because I think it's a very unique resource for a community to have, the deal you have with Cox Cable. So good luck, and I hope you'll support them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Beach. Is there anyone else here who would like to speak?
She wants to go.
Yeah, we'll do the virtual folks next. We'll do the people that are here
Wanted to make
first.
sure.
Yes,
All right.
yeah.
Hi, my name is Isaiah Marcotte. I live at 338 West Claflin, Salina, Kansas, here in town, obviously. And I'm here to support Salina Media Connections as well, too. For the past 7 years, if not maybe a few more months on top of that, I volunteered at Salina Media Connections when I had actually no outlet as a youngster, because I started when I was like 12 years old. I had no gear, none of that. I was extremely fascinated to make movies at the time, and Salina Media Connections, when my parents couldn't help fund my projects, has always been there, like every time, to help me out with that. And in a way, it's been an incredible educational experience for me. It was pretty much like the youngsters film school. I learned a lot. Like, I learned everything I needed about codecs, about filmmaking, editing, how to work cameras, everything. The staff was extremely supportive. It was brilliant, like, great. But to get specifically into things, it's helped me make as many projects that I've been able to do to where it's gotten me on my own feet. Without them, I really don't know how far back I probably would have become as a filmmaker, as an artist. So a little bit more, I guess, about me to give you some better context. I'm an independent filmmaker, and without the knowledge that I've gained from them, I wouldn't have made it where I am. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but let's get to the point. One thing that I've noticed about just even talking about Access TV to anybody was the incredible fascination amongst young kids, myself in it. They were all like, "Oh wow, you work at a TV station?" I'm like, "Well, I don't work with the TV station. I volunteer at a TV station." And they're like, "That's even better. Is that something that I have to pay for?" And it's like, not quite. I mean, you really, like, other than like the 25-year subscription that you have to pay, which is like really nothing in the scheme of things, you can just volunteer right up and get started with a TV station. And out of consequence, I've gotten a lot of young people, myself, interested in that whole context. Now, I think the trouble, unfortunately, is just getting the word out about it. Nobody knows about it, and it fascinates me. And if anything, I think it needs help with that. I think that more people who are actually like knew about the fact that there's actually just a TV station that they can just straight up volunteer with, the more you gain interest. I think that's really its trouble. But a lot of young kids, I've gotten lots of friends of mine volunteer with the River Festival when that was still going, and that was going strong. I've made tons of TV shows with some good friends of mine. We made some comedy sketches. We went out and did like stuff on our own using their own gear. I've made about probably up to 2 feature films and several short films. Several, the longest being 12 minutes and right down to like 4-minute short films with these guys. And they've taught me as much as I can learn about filmmaking, and it's great. Don't lose it. That's all I'm saying. Time's up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Marcotte. Anyone else who would like to speak here in person? And then we will turn to the virtual participants. All right, I see Ms. Meyer. Can we go ahead, Ms. Meyer? You should be unmuted.
Yes, I am. I want to support what the previous speakers were saying about Salina Media. It is so important in my life and in the life of our community, and I agree there needs to be more information out about it. And I like to have my tax money spent in a healthy, progressive way. And I do feel like the Salina Media is the place that I would want some of my tax money to go. I know some of the people there, the dedicated volunteers and such. Please, please, please think twice before you do whatever we're concerned about here, and continue supporting the Salina Media and spending my tax money and other tax money on Salina Media. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Meyer. Ms. Gutierrez, can we unmute her?
Mayor and City Commissioners and residents. Hi, I'm Brittany Gutierrez with the Salina Area United Way, and at the Salina Area United Way, we fight for the health, education, and financial stability of all people. And doing work in the areas of education, financial stability, and health, we've had the opportunity through Salina Media Connections, strictly Salina, to interview nonprofits. So I get to represent a voice of Salina and have every month a couple of different interviews to different nonprofits, and then that information is shared out in the community. And it's shared out through YouTube. People can send it through their email, through their links, as well as on the Salina Media Connection on their TV channel. And I just wanted to give that kind of report, a highlight. If you think that we're doing, 24 last year and 24 this year, I've had the opportunity to be the Strictly Salina host for a couple of years now. So that is another example of information in the community going out in a very structured way. And we always start with, what's your why? So when you think about any nonprofit, anyone that's passionate and living through that passionate, what's your why? We've had the opportunity to do that, and I wanted to share that as kind of a report to the commission of what we're doing over at the Salina Media Connection. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Gutierrez. Any other participants online that you can see? Okay, thank you. All right, thanks everyone for your comments and support of Salina Media Connection. I know we all appreciate hearing those, and I think that we're going to look forward to receiving some kind of a proposal. Are we going to receive a proposal from Salina Media Connection before the
for the-
contract expires?
Mr. Wood.
Yeah, okay, great. All right, thank you, Ms. Cox.